Oh, pizza. Welcome, everyone, to whatever this is. Ashley, what are we having for... Welcome to the Slice Cast. I'm Slice. Hey, Chris is here. Still doesn't have a
I'm in
computer.
favor of us doing a pizza podcast called
Oh, my
Slice
God.
Cast.
Aren't we all? All right, let's have him. Oh, yeah, he's still... Where is your computer? What's happened to you?
It's in my closet. I just
why aren't you
it's very
using it?
it's very expensive because I have to get it diagnosed, which will be about $200,
I want to
and
say
then I'm going to
this.
have to buy new fans, and that's going to be another few $100.
I bought this computer at the
Mm.
same time as you.
Mm-hmm.
Works like a dream. No problems. What the hell are you doing? Are you treating your computer like I treat my phone?
I don't know. I all I did was I just had it. I didn't do anything to it. I didn't drop it in the dirt. I gave it compliments. I'm not sure what else a computer needs.
This thing's been through bed bug springs.
Yeah, I honestly can tell you. I think it just got like dust in it or something, or it just went. I have a bad technology doesn't agree with me for long. I don't know what it is. Did you ever see Good Omens?
Yeah.
Yes, love Good Omens.
So you know the Jack Whitehall character like can't touch a computer without it.
You're like that.
Yeah. I immediately identified with that when I was like, well, there it is.
I will admit, I did too. I thought that's a relatable character right there. That's good writing.
I have a real issue with Good Omens. Are you ready for it? In the book, the angel and the demon are they're lovers. It's a lot clearer, and it's just it adds a much nicer dynamic as opposed to I think
they're going to lean into it. I think they're going to lean into it in the next series.
I know, but I just liked that aspect of it. I didn't, by the way, finish the book because I can never finish fiction. I'm always like, I get this, and then I read the Wikipedia how it ends, and I go, okay, and then I'm done.
So I've listened to the audiobook a bunch of times because it's very nice to go to sleep to because Neil Gaiman reads it. It's just very calming. But I mean, it's insinuated that they're lovers, but there's never any.
I felt it was a lot clearer. I'm also going to say this right now, and I'm not explaining why I feel this way. Fuck Neil Gaiman. I'm not explaining why, but I have a reason, and it's
I know why. I know why. Yeah. Fuck Neil Gaiman. Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah.
I really want to know why.
After the show, I will tell you, and let me preview Ashley's face afterwards. Yeah, fuck Neil Gaiman. By the way, I'm not ready to do stand-up about it, but I do have a bit about. Do you know? I'm never more than right now want to have a time machine so that I can go back to being 20, reading fucking Neil Gaiman, come out of a portal and be like, bro, couple of things. One, we really get into running. I'm shocked as well. Two, we have a legitimate reason to say, fuck Neil Gaiman. And then I can be like, what? And it's like, dude,
I still enjoy it.
I'm not explaining why. But when you get to this point in the timeline, you're going to be like, fuck yeah.
I still like all his writing and stuff. Like I really enjoy him, but yeah, fuck him. Yeah,
I'm so intrigued.
But I'm also, by the way, Chris would also be like, listen, you have to hear him out. Me, I scorch earth because I got a reason to say fuck Neil Gaiman. So fuck him. Fuck his weirdly fucking like every sentence Neil Gaiman reads like this. This is the rhythm of every Neil Gaiman sentence.
That is not true. That is a petulant fuck Neil Gaiman voice in your head.
Oh, here's my impression of the Sandman.
Okay, that's pretty good, but that's just one character. That's Zero Fail's not like that.
I mean, that's true. And also, I mean, like Sandman is pretty like even like fuck Neil Gaiman, but like, on Broken Clocks right twice a day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Sandman's pretty fucking awesome. Also, the Anansi Boys. I don't know if you ever American Gods. The book was incredible, but the Anansi Boys was really fun. It's about two sons of a spider god, and one of them never found out he was the son of a spider god till later. He's just a fucking nerd. And then they go out and they try to avenge their dead spider dad. It's very fun.
That's been filmed in Scotland recently.
Yes, it has.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of people I know worked on it.
It's
very fun book.
We're in the great. We got to do something with all these media properties age as just
IP.
Yeah, right before streaming falls into the sea. Oh my god, it's gonna be fucking fascinating.
Oh, speaking of IP, I got a band T-shirt.
Boo! What band is that? Tegan and Sarah?
Do you recognize this person?
Is it Jordan Robson Kramer?
That's Jordan Robson Kramer.
Yeah, I knew he was on
Nice.
tour in Los Angeles. He messaged me to smoke weed in an alley, and I wanted to do that. But in classic, you know, when you're really tired and just got home, and you're like, oh, I really want to do that, but then you just don't respond to the message. You just in your mind by going, well, I thought I really want to do that, so that he knows. And then I just like 3 days later was like, hey, you're still in LA, right? And he's like, no. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's how that works. Yeah.
You know what's even better is that it's not that you didn't respond, it's that you sent him such a weird response that he's still like, he doesn't know what you meant. He's talked to me about it a few times. He's like, I'm not like, it would have been great to see John. I understand he's a busy guy, but what did it mean? And even I don't know. It was such a weird answer.
Yeah, I'll clarify. Whatever. I like to keep the mystique. Actually, maybe I won't. He can listen to this, Jordan. What do I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to see him later. He's going to come hang out after we're done recording. So I'll.
I want to add to the mystery. I at first wanted to relieve him, but no. Let's deepen it. What do I mean? Ashley, what do I mean? Let's go to you.
I think you mean that you have found inner peace in the form of I don't know how to end this. I'm not good at improv.
Spoken like someone who's more interested in her pizza than doing a rip.
I'm going to say this right now, Chris. That is my answer. That is the answer. I want that shown to Jordan Robson Kramer. And I want also, can I just say this? Is it 2 types of cheese on your pizza? What's going on?
I have 3 types of cheese on this pizza.
3 types of cheese?
I have 2 different types of mozzarella and I have Parmesan.
What the fuck are you talking about? 2 types of mozzarella? What, buffalo mozzarella and non-buffalo?
I have like the fresh, like 1 bowl of mozzarella that you tear up, and then I have I don't normally do this, but I have the like cheaper grated mozzarella that you buy in a packet. Only because
wow, what a real East meets West of class system there you're going with this mozzarella. It's a real black and white cookie.
I always go with the balls of mozzarella. I find them much nicer. But my flatmate and her new beau had made pizza a few days ago, and they had some of this other stuff left over. And I don't like waste, so there we go.
Have you heard your roommate and her new beau making love? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a weird theory.
What is that an exciting experience for you, or is that like, I don't know your relationship with this person? So are you like, get him, or are you like, oh, not my rhythm?
Experience for me.
Not like an arousing way, but just in a like you can be happy for your friend, or you can be like, oh, that's an interesting.
It sounds
rhythm.
like it's going well.
I think Edinburgh is the real city of interesting. That's the real city where the amount of times you have that reaction to people having sex is like, just like holy goodness.
Gas. I've not really overheard people having sex that often.
Oh my god, I have the craziest one. I was in a fight. I was in a fight with a partner and just lying silent while they angrily slept. And in the next room, their flatmate had a orgy. Yeah, listen to a orgy.
You have actually told us this before.
nothing louder in the world than that.
I had that where I was on the opposite side of that, where a friend of mine we were all at a house party, and a woman decided she was going to have sex with me, and I did not stop her. And and apparently in the room that shared a wall, my friend was lying there next to a girl that he was like so in love with, and she was just like, just fell asleep next to him, and she's like, nah, I don't think. And so he just had to lie there next to. Like, and then the next morning he was like, Chris, maybe keep it down a bit. Maybe you were making a lot of noise. I was like, not my problem, man. It's not my fault.
Oh no.
I remember the only time I had really loud sex in the house we lived in, Chris, was only heard by that real shithead who lived there when your mom died. And I remember you went, a lot of racket this afternoon, and I went, yep. And then he just nodded and walked away. I just remembered that. Oh, I fucking hate that guy.
That is how he'd say it too. A lot of racket.
A lot of racket. Oh my god. The fucking con artist that guy turned out to be. Oh, I so hope he's dead. That'd be great if he was dead.
We can find out. Have you talked to the middle connection?
No.
No, I haven't talked to her in years.
Like it was just that.
I hope she's okay. She's like just one sad story stacked on top of another.
That person is okay. Oh my god,
she's sad stories all the way down.
That person was an absolute Tori Amos album. You know what I mean? Like it's just exactly that. Like every decision just led to just a disastrous calamity. That my thumbs down was more to just there's a certain point that dynamic of that relationship was just agreeing with terrible decision after terrible decision. Like it was just insane. And then when I almost had to live with a sociopath because they just wanted to go to Vancouver and discover themselves. Go fuck yourself.
So it's an interesting because Ashley is also sad stories all the way down, but here's the difference. Here's the difference. It's like how British people like I might have said this on the podcast. I've been thinking about it a lot lately. British people and Irish people have the same, like very similar bone deep sadnesses for different reasons, but like it's very similar. You just wear it very differently. British people wallow in it and sort of live in it and want to just simmer. Whereas Irish people are just like, life sucks. Let's be funny. Art, poems, comedy. And that's the difference between Ashley and this person. This person really, really just wanted to tell me about every terrible decision she'd ever made. And
what I'm about to do is going to get us booted off YouTube, but I don't care because let me tell you what doesn't happen when that person walks into the room. This song doesn't play, but when Ashley does, it does. Did that work? Did that work?
It is working.
Yeah.
I've been trying for weeks to get that to work. Oh my god, fuck yeah.
I think it was short enough that we won't get booted off.
Well, it's now it now just means I have Bluetoothed in Spotify for all of our clips and sound listening needs.
Ooh.
That's right.
So I have the Hangover Comedy Cure show is starting this Sunday, tomorrow, or today as you're listening to this. And the owners of the bar have been very much like, so yeah, we'd like it if you posted like a couple times a week on social media, just whatever. So enjoy watching me make terrible reels. I just put one together while I was pooping pre-show. And
look at me.
They're bad.
Look at me.
They're bad.
I look at me. I am someone that has had some success on social media because I took a big bundle of money and threw it at a person and said, you figure it out.
Yeah.
But here is what I've learned from that process. Oh, and by the way, if you can ever do that to solve a problem, may we all live in a world where you can do that to solve. It is the best way to solve a problem because it creates two things. One, you don't have to deal with it. Two, someone to blame. Now, just take clips of people doing stand-up from the first show, like little tiny ones, even just someone going like, yeah, and just put that up. Do not lean into what you think is content because it's always like a badly lit bar, and then you're like, do you know what's like Proust Madeleine? And then there's a sparrow, and then I hate it.
My audience is out there, John.
They're not
Don't
out
try
there.
to stifle my creative vision.
Chris, your audience is you, and you don't use social media. Actually, I have another question. Did you make that? Was that frozen pizza that you added 3 types of mozzarella to, or did you knead the dough?
I made it, but
Absolutely
it was cheap base. I got flatbreads, and I just used them as the base.
That's real good. Do they still have the pizza doughs that they used to sell in? I know they used to sell them in Sainsbury's. That was a real fun. I did this twice in my life, but it was so fun. Those little pizza doughs you roll them out the rolling pin.
Yeah.
Oh, does it come in a little ball?
Mm-hmm.
They come in one of those little tub things, and you like twist it open, and it's like a ball of dough.
Oh yeah.
That's the biggest insult to Italian culture since Chris Pratt played Mario.
No, it is actually good. It is actually good dough.
Yeah.
And
apparently so is the Mario movie.
Oh, of course it is. When everyone was like, the Mario movie is going to be bad, I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't intent. Do you know how much money that company has to just be like, do it again?
They've still made bad things, though. You know, sometimes money doesn't solve all the problems. Sometimes they're just looking for someone to blame, John. Back to your point.
I like that. I like it when you reference my point.
Yeah. The original Nintendo movie, the original Super Mario Brothers movie, that was a lot of money.
Starring Dennis Hopper and Bob Hoskins. What a nightmare.
Yeah, it's great. Everyone should watch it. It's unwatchable.
All right, so are you excited to start running your show? I hate
running shows. I can't wait
so much. I hate it. I hate it with my whole fucking being. Actually, how can you?
I love
hate
it.
You work in a. Oh no, you work as a tech though. You don't have to do anything with the
No, I
production.
don't have to
side
do any
anymore.
of the actual production.
Yeah.
Well, I ran shows in. Well, I did run a show in 2019.
Yes, you did. Thank God, and thank God for you.
I mean,
I earned so much extra money.
I maintain that I probably would like it were I given autonomy over my job.
Yeah, I'm not going to say this. I'm going to say this about that comment, and I totally agree with you, but that's true of any job. Do you know how much more fun being a doctor would be if you had total autonomy over being a doctor?
Yeah.
I'm going to see what happens if I make your knee your elbow. What? Yeah, there's no rules now.
Sure. Yeah.
I think you're just talking about like medieval doctors.
Oh,
they're just like, well, saw it off.
You're talking about quack doctors.
I mean, first of
yeah,
all,
real Dr. Nick vibes.
Thank you. I would also say, Chris, you would wish I'm talking about medieval doctors. When you look even into a little bit
it's
into
not,
the science,
it's not that long ago.
The science of medicine, it's basically like, do you want to know how you used to die? Basically, anytime before 1949, if you slipped on the steps, you're toast. Like, he broke his finger and then later died of 8 infections.
It's the best example of it is the fact that the chainsaw was invented by doctors to help women give birth.
I want to die. That's not.
Just to threaten them? Would you just rev it and be like, you better push or else?
Yeah.
It was used
better be a boy.
to break the pelvic bone.
I want to fight you, Ashley. Come to Los Angeles so I can punch you in your fucking face.
I love that the doctors were like, here's this thing that every animal has done since the beginning of existence. And you know what? We can make it better by dismembering this woman. We can just...
More women started to die in childbirth when men started to become doctors and obstetricians and gynecologists and whatever.
I'm going to say this right now.
Before that, it was just midwifery and women took care of women and it all worked. And then men just started to interfere and women started to die.
I think you're not seeing the other side of this, which is those men had a lot of women they wanted to murder in the name of science and they needed to do it. Listen, have you ever been into a surgical theater? That is a very demanding audience, and you can only so many times just leave a knife in them and then sew them back up and then watch what happens. So they had to.
But also, you gotta spice it up for the crowd. You gotta put on a show. What if they're going to see? You're losing ticket sales if they're going to see the chainsaw doctor and you don't have a chainsaw.
You had never heard of humanity. You had never heard of humanity, and all you were told is these are men, these are women, this is a chainsaw. That man invented it to help that woman give birth, and all you'd think is like, I don't think those men are good guys. Like, there is no counter. Like, there's no. Like, why did you invent the chains? There was a pregnant woman on the other side of all these trees. Like, what the fuck in the name of fuck? I fucking hate that fact so much.
I'm so sorry. It is one of the hardest things to get out of your head.
Oh my god.
And also, like, I hate that the reason that women, I think I've talked about this on the show before, but the reason that women give birth on their back now is so that it was easier for the doctor to see.
Easier for the doctor.
No.
Yeah, that was it. It had nothing to do with the woman. It's so much harder to give birth on your back with your legs up than it is squatting or in the on your hands and knees. I almost said doggy style. You can't give birth doggy style. That's not what it's called.
No, we cannot refer to it like that.
Wasn't it all something to do with how the Sun King liked to watch women give birth? Is also why it's done that way. Doesn't he? Because I know he had a big king.
I've never heard that.
Louis XIV, I know, was way into watching women give birth. Which, when you're like, as soon as you read about
so nasty.
Yeah, monarch fucking king. I mean, it's better than Prince Andrew's. Let's fucking call it out.
All right, that's a low bar. That's a low bar.
Not much better, but still better. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be pissed on than shit on. I don't want either one to happen, but if I had to pick, you know what I mean?
I don't know, like a nice solid shit, just like on my ankle or something.
No, because
just let it. It just bounces right off. It just drops and goes thunk, and then falls off. I think I'm okay with that. That's all you. You just need a wet wipe at that point. You don't even need a shower.
No, if it does not matter how much shit gets on you, you need to shower if somebody
on your
shits
ankle.
you.
It's just on your ankle. It just went thump, just a little, boom, and then it dropped off. A real high protein diet, just a
shower.
There we go. This is the better. No, hang
no,
on.
it just bounces. It just bounces.
There we go. That's the better way to do that. Yeah. No, hang on. Let me just do that. I was muting his microphone for those of you not watching the video. No, because here's why. Also, is the heat of a turd is always so like you're always like, whoa, that's hot. Like that's a freshie. You know what I mean? Like you're just like
urine is always surprisingly hot too, though.
Go on. Explain how you know that.
You dirty fucking
What, you've never pissed in the shower?
No, I pissed in my
mouth. But I have a penis, so it doesn't like hit me, you know? It doesn't roll down me.
Oh, no, it runs all the way down our legs.
I'm cleaning the walls, you know? I'm out here, there's always a stain, no. Not anymore.
It is all the way down our legs, all over our feet. It's all the way down. But
someone watching is very aroused right now.
It's apparently very good for your feet.
On the show as well.
The bacteria in your urine, if you pee in the shower and you pee on your feet, it helps to combat any fungal infections.
What perv scientist figured that out? If I'm at a lab and someone
it's a sterile.
That's a real cum is a moisturizer vibe. That's a real lie that a piss fetishist made up and then spread around.
A man named Chad commissioned a study that proves it'd be really cool if these two girls kiss. Like, go fuck yourself. You can eat my asshole. Like, what are you talking? Oh yeah. Too hot. Babe.
I'm still thinking about a hot solid turd falling on my ankle. Just the sound it makes is very funny to me.
How close you are to someone's asshole. You're also close enough to the asshole of someone who will shit on another human, that's a lot to think about. Also, let me say this right now. Of all the cities in the world where I think you could just get solid shit on by a human being, Montreal, weirdly, #1 with a bullet. And I live in Los Angeles, where you see a lot of human defecation.
I was reading a Reddit thread about like what's the weirdest like first date sex proposition you've gotten.
God bless Reddit.
And one of them was
this. Can you bring it up?
One of them was this woman who I don't think I can find it. It's lost now. But one of them was this woman who she said she worked as a sex worker for a while, and the thing that blew her mind was how many men just want to be humiliated. Like so it was like dick rating. Have you heard of that? Where you send a picture of your dick to a woman, and then for like $50, she like rates your dick. And at first she was like, "Yeah, I'll tell you have a nice dick for $50." That's not what they want to hear. They want to hear, "You fucking beta bitch, you call that a dick? I wouldn't fucking."
What?
It looks like a toe. And so so that's all the dudes wanted. And she said that like by far the most popular, like the guys that wanted that the most were big buff dudes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That tracks.
That's
I don't know why, but it does.
So she's like, so now every single time I see like a jack dude in the street, just like, you just want me to be mean about your penis, don't you? If I took you home, you just want me to be rude to your genitals.
So it's very interesting you raise that. This is going to be strap in, guys. This is going to be a bit of one of these walks.
Are we about to learn too much about John?
No, you're not. You're about to learn too much about
John. Do you like people debasing your penis?
Absolutely not. Although I did briefly date someone who was into that, a polyamorous English lady. She said, "Do you want to send me a picture of your dick and I will rate it 1 to 10?" And I said, "I do not want that. No."
I have an idea for a new musical genre called Drum Debase.
Oh, yeah. It's a 3. Let me say something also about that person. I know what their name is, but I do not know how to pronounce it. That's how posh they were. Yeah, it was a real curveball. What was my point? Oh, here's my point. Okay, so for my other podcast with Stupid Dylan about stupid internet, we are doing the show at midnight. So I've been having to look into like the Chris Hardwick years of stand-up comedy, and here's something that I've realized is Joe Rogan and Chris Hardwick are almost the same guy. They're both short, essentially like dry drunks whose dads definitely yelled at them too much. And the difference is Chris Hardwick promoted like wearing a hoodie and reading a book. Joe Rogan, to the same people in the world, is like, eat a lot of elk tongue and take like 80 milligrams of HGH every 45 minutes. So the problem with our society that no one is recognizing is disposable income mid-20-year-old white dorks have gone from being really into Neil Gaiman to really being into squats, and our society is too aggressive as a result.
Yeah, dudes are jacked now. Everybody wants to exercise. It's weird.
I hate
it. And they all want their penises humiliated.
Correct, because it's the same.
100%.
They're not supposed to be jocks. We've fucked up the order of things. They're supposed to be put on. They're supposed to be wearing like a weird ironic t-shirt and like, this is Rebecca. We're dating and I hate her. That's who they're supposed to be.
So I've been I finished the job at the bank this week. Thursday was my last shift. And there were a couple like tech events there, like dinners and whatnot, that they had during my last week. And so it was like CEOs worth insane amounts of money of, nerd shit. And they were all bros. Every single one of these dudes were bros. And I was like, no way. And none of them looked like bros. You can tell none of them, it didn't come naturally. This is a learned way to be. And I was like, very strange. Very strange dynamic of them talking about coding and different technological things that I don't understand at all. And also being like, yeah, so I benched like 300. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? One of them kept calling women bitches. And I was like, dude, you're at like a networking event. What is going on right now?
Like, oh yeah, it's gonna be, we're in the weirdest place with like everyone's just sort of like, no one has
masculinity is a big question mark.
Boring. It's boring. I hate it. I want it like any. Like
I understand what you're saying, but I think at the moment society doesn't really know what masculinity is.
Well, yeah,
you know, in the past, masculinity's always been a problem, but I think there was always this kind of general idea of what constituted masculinity. You know, there was an image.
I hate it. I know you're totally right.
And
absolutely, yeah. The John Wayne thing, the early Robert De Niro characters.
And here's the problem: is a bunch of fucking. I'm friends with a shitload of handsome millennials that were like half raised by baby boomer dads, so they don't know what a man is supposed to be. But the complaints of like dudes that are losing their hairline but used to have ripper chins, it's just fucking insane. I feel like I'm running a charm school for like formerly hot dudes of just explaining what are and aren't pranks and just like, no, you can't, like, what do you mean you want to take your dick out on the dance floor? Like, well, now you're in your 40s, sir. Like, it's just.
But that's my move, John.
Yeah, I know.
That's my bait and tackle.
Yeah, we didn't like it before. It was just used to be able to smile in a way that people would be like, well, I guess he feels like he's in the right. And now not. Now you have a punch.
But there is this like I found a note in one of my books because I have to tell new jokes every week now. So the one of them was like I want to make like dudes feel safe, but not in like a just be yourself, just safe to be like maybe you're wrong and that's okay. Just feel like it's okay to grow, champ. Don't worry about it. It's okay that all the people you looked up to were definitely monsters and you don't have to look up to them anymore. You can just find someone else. That's okay. Because like a lot of the masculinity stuff is so clearly coming from fear and like defensiveness.
No, it's like, not. I'm fine, actually.
It's like, no, man, just sit, have a tea and just fucking let it go.
Go for brunch with your friends.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay.
Men going for brunch is such a turn on to me, and I don't know why.
Actually, never go to Australia, or you're gonna end up squirting all over a nice cafe patio.
You ruined my hollandaise.
Yeah.
You
improved mine.
There's just something in it when I see two guys.
This says
or even a few other guys. Just like some guys out for I think
this speaks volumes
lovely.
about rural Irish culture, that you get gagagoosh over the idea of two men speaking over anything that isn't booze in the night. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God, those two men are just eating an egg and they aren't at a funeral. Like this is amazing.
I find it. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's really nice when I see men out for brunch.
So funny. What I'm really enjoying now is like, you saw guys that were like really fucking working out really, really hard in the pandemic. They've like carried it forward, but we're now like 2 years later. And so you now see them and it's like, they're not so much like super hench as they are a ruin to a once hench society. And I'm sorry, but there were a couple of comedians that got like real fucking stacked in the pandemic and kind of got a bit dickheadish. And now they have a little bit of a belly, but like big pecs, so it's just none of their shirts fit properly. And I gotta tell you, I love it. I'm into it. I shouldn't be, but I'm like, oh, you're gonna be switching back to t-shirts. I've lived that. I've been in that situation, my friend. And yes, carbs are delicious. That's good stuff.
I am thinking about booking a few days away for myself.
Oh, where are we gonna go?
Well, the thing is, I have a flight booked to Faro. And
to where?
To Faro in Portugal.
Oh, that's not, because I gotta tell you, Faro sounds like a place it could be in like the southwest of England. That sucks. It's near Torquay, but it's for racing.
It's in the Algarve.
It's like if Blackpool was worse.
Yeah.
So I have a flight booked there because I was meant to be meeting my parents there, but their plans have changed, and so I'm no longer going to see my parents.
Van life.
Yes. And so I'm no longer going to see them. I'm maybe going down at the end of July instead. But the flight is already booked, and I'm kind of just like, maybe I'll just get on it.
Yeah, dude, definitely.
Book a little hostel for 3 days, and then fly back.
Sit on the beach, have a couple of.
It'll still cost me a few $100, but
Great.
I feel like it would be a nice few days.
Mate, go to
Portugal. You've earned it. You're working hard.
Nice food, read my book.
I'm gonna say this right now, but Portugal, every meal I had there came with one of those tarts. What the fuck? That's how you fucking live.
I don't even like those tarts that much, but there's something about how.
See ya. Fucking see ya. What the fuck? You don't like those little fucking tarts?
I was not expecting that removal. God damn.
Well, guess what? How fucking dare you not realize how good those fucking tarts are? Both of you are binned. What do you don't like that tarts that much? They're fantastic.
I'm not a big custard fan.
I think I'm realizing that I'm a massive custard fan.
It sounds like you are, based on that entire reaction.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you just removed both of us.
Customer
custard. I just thought I forget that I live in America, so things like Ready Whip is just like it's totally fine just to have in the house. And I forget how much I love whipped cream. Like whipped cream is so fucking good. Holy shit.
I've never understood. I've never understood whipped cream.
I think this is the thing. I think is either you're a fucking whipped cream stan or you stand against.
I don't hate. I just don't get it. Like, what do you? It's air. It's the cucumber of desserts.
Disagree. It's like
cucumber's amazing.
Yeah, cucumber is also.
It's just green water. It's just waiting to be a pickle.
I'm with you in this one, John.
Cucumber is the rocky, dry pisses.
Cucumber is so good.
Yeah, enjoy your stone-filled urethra, you fucking unhydrated fuck.
I'd rather have a turd drop on my.
Oh, really? I'd rather see you now. How about that?
We can arrange that, Chris. We can arrange a turd to fall on your.
You were talking at two Andrew assholes here. Listen, buddy, I'll make your leg brown with fucking experiments.
That's a whole cucumber. What a fucking waste.
I would just say
nature's appendix.
A whole cucumber.
So good.
I would just eat that like an apple, a whole cucumber.
Insane. That's insane behavior. Why? What are you getting at?
Because it's fucking tasty.
It just is not.
I want you to get ready for this real depression era snack that is, and I mean this, a banger. Is like a slice of cucumber and then the tiniest pinch of salt. Holy shit. Get fucking ready.
If you're only listening to this, he even did like a little Salt Bay thing or like an Emerald Lagasse. Yeah.
It was an Emerald Lagasse bang. I am Old School Food Network. Accuse me of being Salt Bay. Guess where you end up, Chris? It's in the bin. Chris is in the bin. He's in the bin.
Cucumber is one of my favorite things to put in.
We know.
To dip into hummus. It's so good. I also love a cucumber, a stick of cucumber in a gin and tonic.
Yo.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. Like with a Hendrix, sure. Why not?
I actually disagree. I don't like vegetables.
I'm not feeling his attitude.
I also disagree with Ashley, actually, because I think vegetables and booze is abhorrent. You know what I mean? Like, booze is an unhealthy thing. Vegetables are a healthy thing. What are we fucking doing here? You know what I mean? That's like running a lap and doing a line of cocaine.
It's called flavor. Have you tried it?
Yeah, I'm not taking that sass from an Irish person. You cannot yell flavor and be from the Emerald Isle. I'm going to say that right now. I'm sorry. When your sauces are brown or red, you can absolutely eat me. Welcome back. Welcome back. Wrong people. What the fuck is happening? Where Chris
what was that?
No, I live on this like student thoroughfare, and people just fucking shout out there all the time, and
kids are loud.
Oh. You know how we had my van life idea for a while?
Oh yeah.
I was contemplating living in a van. I've realized I don't.
God, 2 generations of Mannings in vans. Oh God damn, what happened?
I've realized that it's not. It's not.
What a circle of life for Ireland right there. Started a van, end up on a farm, living very good. Back in the van. Yeah.
I have realized that that's not the dream. It was a very desperate I want to live by myself moment. But I'm glad it happened, because what it did do is it redirected my algorithm into something that I'd kind of forgotten about, but I remember being really into the idea of for years, was the tiny house movement.
Oh yeah.
Tiny houses, tiny eco houses. That's the dream now.
When you say redirected my algorithm, do you mean that literally, or were you using that in and then I changed my mind?
Oh, literally.
No,
it was definitely
I
literally.
mean,
she was looking at hashtag van life on Instagram.
I was looking at vans, and therefore my algorithm starts showing me vans and tiny houses.
It was just your tone. There was something in your tone where I was like, I need to clarify, because if that's how you're using change your mind, guess where you would have ended up? No. That's right.
No, that's not what I was doing. No, I just started to get that on my feet then.
So here's the thing, because I love like a tiny room. I like being like cozy and snug. I fucking love a tiny house. Also, I like the idea of being very funny if no one's expecting someone this tall to come out of a tiny. What's he doing in there?
Like the guy in the small car in The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah. That would be fun. The thing is, they're not that tiny.
Yeah, Chris is gonna.
Tiny homes are depressing.
Oh, fuck off.
No, they're so nice.
Go fucking enjoy your hard pisses. Enjoy your hard pisses in your vacuous, cold glass house.
And the thing is, they're still really expensive. So
yeah, well, it's still
and you still need to have. It's still property, and it still needs to be on a plot of land.
Ashley,
and I don't have either of those things.
Yeah,
the middle class is dead.
Yeah, well, that was when I remember like van life started and like tiny home started, and then people were living in like shipping containers, and it was like, maybe it's broken, maybe everything's fucked. Now that we're all like, what if I could just have 4 walls and a roof? I don't care if I could touch all of them. I'll just eat cucumbers and live in this fucking box like I'm being human trafficked, and everything's gonna be fine. It's like, this is
the energy to be
not good.
I just remember.
I just want my own.
I know. It's for me, hustler culture is also this, where it's just like, just work 3 jobs and then you'll be part of the system, and you're like, oh, we fucked it. Here's
what else? You know why tiny homes are so expensive now? For the same reason Airbnb has ruined the fucking housing market. is because a bunch of upper middle class people and rich people bought a bunch of them, and now they're renting it out as like a glamping experience. And so capitalism is fucked. What's up with you guys? Anyone shit on your ankles recently? And just a hot.
No. I mean, we got a
deuce on bone.
There's a homeless
Deuce
guy
on bone.
Homeless guy that lives in the neighborhood.
I hate that.
He's probably deucing on some bones. He's probably a bone deucer. He'd be the most likely culprit to shit on my ankle, and he hasn't. Oh my god!
But at the same time, why do I suddenly feel like Deuce on Bone would be a fucking hilarious podcast name?
I was thinking the same thing. Deuce on Bone.
Deuce on Bone. All right, now let me ask you guys this. Check this out. So I was having lunch with some people yesterday. We were going to meet at 1:30. Now strap in for one of the most psychotic maneuvers I've ever seen in my life. So there's 4 people in the text chain. We're meeting at 1:30. This has been decided for a week, confirmed, perfect. 11 o'clock yesterday, someone wrote just in the thing, hey, let's meet earlier. Let's go for 12:30. And then everyone went, no, it was agreed 1:30. You can't just adjust plans. And then the person was like, well, you guys are really just sticklers for a plan. All right, we'll go with 1:30. And it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I was like, what was the purpose of that whole thing? It was nuts.
I mean, I've tried to change times of plans, but I've never then like shit on the people.
Yeah.
So
it was more just kind of like
this, you fucking bitches. You got what? You want to bend to my will, you losers?
It's also like what was so weird is like we're so close to meeting now. You just want to move it up. It's like there's no way people are able to meet like that much earlier. You know what I mean? That's so crazy.
Yeah, we're not 22 anymore.
Day planned out.
Yeah.
Now, strap in for this, which is when I arrived. That person arrived last, so I was able to clarify with the rest of the group. I was like, that was fucking nuts. And one of them revealed they were like, he does that all of the time. I was like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, you'll just move the time. And I was like, you can't. Insane. Oh, which brings me to an innovation that JJ Whitehead has come up with, and I may have discussed on the program before, but Ed Byrne reminded me of it in Melbourne, Australia, and this might be a game changer of all game changers. This is the greatest way to avoid hanging out with someone ever, which is when someone texts you, what are you doing? You just reply with what you just did, and then don't answer the question. It's the most flawless way to avoid hanging out with someone.
Give us an example. What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't understand this.
John, what are you doing?
Oh, I just had some coffee, and I found out Chris doesn't think cucumbers are refreshing and hydrating, but they are.
No, I said they're not tasty. They're hydrating. That's science. They're just bad.
Remember, actually,
they're just bad.
See, now you'll notice we're on to that part of the conversation. We're no longer talking
There's
about
no plans.
There's no plans. Now we're talking about cucumber. It's brilliant. Like let me say this about JJ Whitehead. He is a doofus, but he's like a rock and roll Yoda coming up with it. You could start a religion off of this. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you could start a religion off JJ Whitehead.
So good. I can't remember. We called it something, but it's fantastic. And like Chris, I think you're going to really put this into some good use. Ashley,
I just don't answer people. I regularly just do not answer, and I feel
I'm
fine
very
about
lonely, and I like it when people make plans with me. I'm usually the person trying to make the plans, so I feel like that will be used on me now.
Well, now you'll be able to recognize it. You know what I mean? If someone uses it, you could be like, "You think it's my first fucking rodeo, you dumb motherfuckers?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another flawless impression of Ashley via me.
Yeah, I don't have. I just let phone calls ring out. I don't answer messages for days.
You're a cunt.
I just feel fine. I just think of all of it as, if I'm doing something, if I was in the middle of doing something and someone just walked up and was like, "Hi," and just started talking, I'd be annoyed with them, and that's how I treat all attempts to talk to me. If I'm not doing anything, absolutely, let's do it. But if I'm doing something,
demanding that you drop.
You've interrupted me.
I lived with Chris, and here's how you get in touch with Chris: is you physically find him.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a real yeah. How do I describe it? It's like a scene in a spy movie where you need to get intel on the assassin. We can't call that guy. We have to go find this weird like sanctuary. Chris is his own weird Buddhist temple, but instead of meditating, they're just farting quietly in a trench coat.
I'm near a bridge. I'm not under it. I'm near it. And I have a briefcase.
Yeah, and he's looking at the bridge doing something like cunty, like reading a book of short poems, and you just want to throw the book into the nearest body of water and give him the finger.
Oh, I just tried to find a book of short poems that I have, but it's at the bottom of the pile.
I want to fucking bash your head in.
I was talking to a comedian. We were talking about UFC fans, and he's like, he's a big UFC guy, but he's very much like, I understand why people hate us. Oh, go for it. Yeah,
that's 45 minutes.
Save it for when. Well, actually, technically, this is all just bonus. We actually have to start the show.
Oh no, the Canadians are coming.
Chris, John, and Irish Ashley combine to make the
I do wish this was a bit. We just genuinely forget to start this at the top of the show, and it's now just become a
Untitled Twitch stream. John's the CEO and Boomer. Ashley's the real leader. Chris brings the vibes and juices as our enjoyment increases. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream.
Oh, that was good. That was good. And now we'll see you.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
See you Wednesday.
That's all. Penis into her vagina. That's all.